A big part of the process for me is looking at the trip before you even leave. So staring at a map and thinking, okay, this is the sort of direction we want to go. These are the places we want to check out. How can we link them up? Cool, we can take this road or that road. That sort of round trip's got some highlights. This road looks a little bit rough going. We can see where there's water, where there's petrol, where we camp, where we can get food. All those things at a glance. And a Slingsby map pretty much has everything. We wanted to get out on a trip, writing a route from his latest map as a tribute to his work. It may be his last map. In the middle of the Karoo right now, heading north on the Forgotten Highway towards Sutherland. The more I use the Slingsby maps, the more fascinated I've become by how they are made and who was making them. I needed to understand the process. I needed to seek out Mr Slingsby.
I bumped into a guy. He said, "Oh, I know a guy who makes maps. You must come and see him. See if he's got a map of the Cape Peninsula." So that's what we did. And there he was, drawing by hand with his pens. And so that was the first time I met Peter. It was this weird thing that I'd been looking for a map. He was the guy I was drawing with. I ended up in Cape Town because I did an overland trip from London to Cape Town in the 70s. And so I've got a bit of an allergy about getting stuck, because we got stuck in the most horrific places in kind of Central Africa, mud and awful. So I'm always slightly nervous when we go on these trips, say to the Tankwa, and you get a complete, the tyres are ribbons, it's pouring with rain, the road's muddy, you know you're way off the beaten track, and neither of us can really change a wheel properly.
I'm a map designer. I'm a cartographer. Well, I'll just grab a wild handful and hope that I've got what I want. This is all kinds of old stuff produced back in the day. It's where the Wittels came from originally. It's the first map because I was invited on the trip. But we had to hand draw the contours. I mean, there was nothing digital. Nothing in this was produced digitally at all. The lettering was letraset. I don't know, you probably don't even remember that. So that is history. It's extraordinary. Yeah. But that's not so old, really. I mean, that was, we called that then edition 4, I think, because there'd been a couple of editions of the previous version. And we're now in edition 12, and that one has sold about 80,000 copies altogether. Okay, well, this is a typical notebook that we keep when we're doing the field work. The figures down the left are the waypoints on the GPS, and the figures down the right are the mileages on the odometer. And then we also have with us a rough sketch map with key letters on the different road sections. So where it says right means we turned right onto CJ. And we start noting what we see along the roadside. It looks like hell, but it's great fun. Second map I did was the garden route. It was a tourist map of the garden route. It's a terrible map. I'm quite embarrassed by it. But it was the first map that showed all these back roads. We gave this road the name Seven Passes Road, which is now official.
Yeah. So who's gonna continue the legacy?
Nobody. I have no interested family members, and so I have one revision I'm busy doing of the garden route, and that's my swan song. I'm finished. I would say a map is like a photograph of the landscape at a moment in time. And by the time it comes back from the printer, something has changed. We'll reprint it forever. It'll carry on forever.